Hey, what's up guys? My name is Roshan, or I have a Camaro on the forums, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Griot Garage 3-inch random orbital buffer. As with all my reviews, I'm going to be straightforward and honest with how I feel about this machine. I'm going to tell you the types of people that I think would benefit and the types of people that would not benefit from this machine, the pros and cons in my opinion, and my final assessment. So the types of people that I think would benefit from this machine are those that are hardcore enthusiasts about paint, those that have really complex cars, and what I mean by that is that their body panels have, lots of curves in them, spaces that are generally too small for a normal 6-inch buffer to go over without crossing an edge, and also for a professional. If you fall into one of those three types of groups, I think that this machine might be worth it for you. If you don't fall into one of those three types of groups, I don't think that this machine would benefit you nearly as much, and it may not be worth the price tag. So now I'm going to talk about the pros of this machine. As you can see, this is really lightweight. Right here, I have the standard 6-inch random orbital buffer with a 5-inch backing plate and a 5-inch pad. This is the 3-inch buffer with a 3-inch backing plate and a 3-inch pad. I'm pretty sure it's a 3-inch backing plate. Anyhow, you can see just how different these machines are. This one definitely feels much heavier, it's much bulkier. And this definitely comes into play when you're working on certain parts of the car. So now I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Alright guys, so areas like in this grill and this area, it can be difficult to put a buffer in here. And I'm not going to run my buffer because actually my paint is pretty dirty. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but there is definitely a lot of dust on here and things like that. It needs a good rinseless wash. But anyhow, if you look at this and you look over here, the paint right here, it would be hard for me to buff that, especially with this head. It might hit here. So in this case, having a 3-inch buffer where you can just do this, and you see you could just easily buff like that, definitely comes into play. And like I said earlier, people who care about having a, who are hardcore enthusiasts about paint would care about swirls right here. And so that's where this thing could come in play. Another place is up here. With this thing, it fits, but again, the head of the polisher comes dangerously close to hitting right here, and it's definitely hard and awkward to buff in that area. Whereas if you use this thing, it doesn't even, if you're on the paint, it would be lower. It wouldn't even reach here. So I can just go ahead and put my hand here and buff on the paint right there with no issues. Another pro of this machine is that it's Griot's Garage. And why is that a pro? It's because Griot's Garage has one of the best warranties I've ever, one of the best warranties when it comes to machines. They will actually, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I think it's 6 months, you can return it, or it's 180 days, you can return it for a full refund. Used, however it is, you can return it if you are not happy with the machine. And then, on top of that, you have a lifetime warranty. If this machine ever breaks down, it's defective, anything like that, doesn't matter where you bought it from. If you bought it from Amazon, if you bought it from Griot's Garage directly, if you bought it from AutoGeek or any other store, Detailer's Domain, this machine comes with a lifetime warranty. So that is a huge pro in my book. With this 3-inch polisher, I've shown you how, I can't show you how light it is, but you can see how small it is and compact it is, but it is very light as well. And so I've shown you how compact it can be and how it makes those complex curves easier to buff, and you don't have to resort to hand polishing in those little areas. Now, with this polisher, a lot of people say the biggest con is that it's not powerful enough. It doesn't have the power that as soon as you put pressure on it, it stops rotating this pad. However, I disagree with that. That's a conditional disagreement again. The reason is, someone said this on the forum, and this is so true, it's kind of funny, but on speeds 1 through 5 on this buffer, on speeds 1 through 5, this thing works as a personal vibrator. That's all it'll do. It'll vibrate. And then on speed 6, it'll actually correct swirls. The only speed you should ever use this machine on, in my opinion, is 6. Because it doesn't work on the other speeds. It's just a personal vibrator. All it'll do is just vibrate on the paint. It won't correct anything, to be honest. So the biggest con that people say is it doesn't have enough power. I disagree. On speed 6, it has enough power. Now, would I wish for a bigger motor, a stronger motor, that would actually make speeds 4 through 6, somewhat usable? Heck yeah, I would. But on speed 6, it does have the ability to correct swirls. I've done it myself. My car has hard clear coat, hard paint, and it is, in general, very difficult to correct. Yet I've corrected swirls with this machine on speed 6. So I don't find that to be a con. The only con that I find to be is price. Because this machine is, I would say, in a niche market, it has there are few people who can truly use this machine to its utmost potential. And a lot of people who probably buy this machine are probably just trying to get every machine, and they probably can't use it to its full potential because they don't fall into one of the 3 categories I listed earlier. However, if you do use it, it's worth it. But if you don't fall into one of those 3 categories, the biggest con, in my opinion, is the price. $80 to $100 can get you, almost get you a full-size 6-inch random orbital. So it's a little bit hard to do that. Also, with $80 to $100, you can take, your random orbital and put in a 4-inch pad and 4-inch backing plate and 4-inch pads and make that kind of a spot polisher. However, it still faces, a big polisher still faces the problems of clearance. All this I'm just saying, just kind of talk about the price and the value of it. For me, it's worth it. For you guys, it may or may not be. The price is what it is. I wish it was a little bit lower, to be honest. So that's the biggest con, and my final assessment of it, my final conclusion of this machine is it definitely can correct swirls, so it definitely works. For a hardcore enthusiast, I consider myself a hardcore enthusiast with a couple of, actually paid jobs on the side, but I think it's worth it for us, professionals and people with a lot of complex curves on their car. And for people who just want a shiny car, people who just want a clean car, it might be worth it just to hand polish, because this machine, again, is $80 to $100, and you might not get $80 to $100 worth of value if you buy it. So that's my review on the Griot's Garage 3-inch random orbital. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please push the like button. And if you like these types of detailing videos, detailing reviews, detailing how-tos, tips and tricks, all sorts of things, please subscribe to my channel. The link is in the description below. I hope to see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.